Elias stared into the antique mirror, its tarnished silver reflecting a man etched with sorrow. He'd been staring at it for a long time, longer than he cared to admit. The lines around his eyes, the subtle slump of his shoulders, they were all there, a testament to the relentless march of time and the weight of his loss. He sighed, a sound like wind whispering through dead leaves. He ran a hand through his thinning hair, a gesture born of habit. His reflection, however, remained perfectly still. He blinked, thinking it a trick of the light, a momentary lapse in his perception. He raised his hand again, slowly this time, each movement deliberate, watching his reflection with an intensity that bordered on obsession. It didn't move. A cold dread began to seep into his bones, a chilling awareness that something was fundamentally wrong. His heart pounded against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the silence of the room. He moved his head, turning it slowly, his eyes fixed on the mirror's surface. The reflection remained stubbornly immobile, a frozen image of a man who was clearly not him anymore. He tried a smile, a tentative, almost shy curve of his lips. Nothing. His reflection held its melancholic pose unchanged. He laughed, a hollow, broken sound that echoed in the empty room. The silence was deafening. He felt a prickling sensation crawling up his spine, a chilling premonition that this was more than a simple optical illusion. He tried walking, taking a measured step, then another. His reflection didn't budge. Panic threatened to overwhelm him. He stumbled back, his breath catching in his throat. What was happening? Was he losing his mind? The thought was terrifying, a cold finger tracing the contours of his deepest fears. He rushed to the bathroom mirror, a modern clear surface, hoping for a different result. His reflection met his gaze, but it was equally unresponsive. He grabbed a small glass, staring into its reflective surface. The same thing. He was seeing his face, but it was separate from his movements. He performed ridiculous movements, attempting to elicit some reaction from his mirrors. His reflection was a detached observer, watching him descend into bewilderment. He checked his pulse, the rhythm frantic and irregular. Was he dying? He rushed to his phone, his fingers fumbling over the smooth glass. He needed help, needed someone to tell him he wasn't going insane. He called his sister, his voice trembling as he struggled to explain the inexplicable. He tried his doctor, but the words seemed to catch in his throat, the reality of what he was describing simply too outlandish. His colleagues were no more helpful. He found himself increasingly isolated, his concerns dismissed as exhaustion or stress. His doctor suggested rest. His sister suggested a therapist. His world seemed to shrink down to the unsettling, ever-present disconnect between himself and his reflection. Days turned into weeks, and the unsettling disconnect persisted. The reflection continued to be immobile. His life had taken on an unsettling surrealism, a kind of disjointed existence where he was the actor in a play, and his reflection was simply a still photograph of him from days past. He found himself increasingly withdrawn, avoiding mirrors, avoiding his reflection. His interactions with others became strained, a subtle discomfort permeating his daily life. The world felt alien and distorted, as if he were living in a poorly made mirror image. He started to wonder if he was losing not just his mind, but his very being. His friends and family were concerned, of course. His sister even took him to a specialist. Even the specialists had no answer. He tried to find answers, to find a meaning to his situation. He delved into books, researching obscure medical conditions, seeking any explanation, any glimmer of hope. He discovered stories from the past that sounded oddly similar. Was this an ancient curse? A forgotten affliction? Or was this something entirely new, a terrifying symptom of a changing world that no one understood? He was alone, trapped in this uncanny valley of his own making. The silence of his reflection was a relentless reminder of his own disconnect from reality, a chilling testament to the profound mysteries of the human condition. The reflection stares back, eyes empty, an uncanny double, and he wondered which one of them was actually real. His future was uncertain, but he felt that this reflection held the answer, the key to understanding his own rapidly changing reality. The mystery deepens, and Elias is left to grapple with his reality, a reality that is slowly slipping further and further out of his grasp. He felt a cold sweat form on his forehead. Was he becoming invisible? Or was his reflection the one becoming less visible? He pondered these questions as his life continued its descent down this strange path that he was unwilling to explore alone. But alone he is. A complete stranger to his own reflection, and the stranger grows stranger each day that passes.